fed them was consumed. I grew up in a small, peaceful town where everyone knew each other and life felt predictable. There was Henry, the baker. He always looked grumpy as he worked, but those who knew him well saw the cheerful man underneath. He had a habit of telling jokes without smiling, which always made people laugh. And his meat pies, people loved them. They had a flavor no one could resist. The town was peaceful during the day, but at night a shadow hung over us. Every week, a woman would vanish. All that was left were her clothes, marked with a gruesome symbol. No one ever found the bodies, and as more women disappeared, the town grew terrified. People said that a killer hunts the women and kills them. One afternoon, Samuel, the mayor's son, couldn't hold back his curiosity. He leaned on the bakery counter and asked, "Henry, what makes your pies taste so good?" Henry smirked, wiping flour from his hands. "The secret's in the ingredients," he said, his voice low.
"Only the finest people."
He winked, as if it were a joke, but the words lingered. Samuel tried to laugh it off, but something about Henry's comment gnawed at him. With all the missing women, could it be more than just a joke? Samuel was known for his kindness and problem-solving nature. Everyone in town trusted him. That night, a violent storm swept through, and the woman hunter struck again. This time, it was Mary, a young mother. She didn't make it home. Her husband, Thomas, spent the night searching the empty streets, shouting her name in vain. At dawn, her clothes were found near the river, along with a bloodied handkerchief. It had an embroidered insignia on it, something small but important. A man picked it up and said, "This must be the killers. We've got him now." The town buzzed with fear and excitement. They were certain they were close to catching the killer. Samuel shared his suspicions with Thomas and a few friends. He told them about Henry's unsettling joke, but they brushed it off. Henry had been around for years, always a kind, reliable man. Still, Thomas wouldn't let it go. He was desperate to find out what happened to Mary. The next day, they decided to investigate Henry's bakery. Samuel made his move in the middle of town, knocking over a bag of flour. By accident, he said. Out from the bag rolled a severed hand, a bracelet still wrapped around the wrist. The crowd gasped in horror. Thomas's face turned white.
"That's Mary's bracelet,"
he whispered, his voice trembling. In an instant, the town turned against Henry. They no longer remembered the kind man who baked for them every day. They saw only a murderer. Despite Henry's cries for innocence, the angry mob dragged him into the square. In a moment of pure rage, they shoved him into his own oven and sealed the door. The flames roared as Henry, the man who once fed them, was consumed. The baker was actually a butcher. The town breathed a sigh of relief, believing the butcher was dead and the nightmare was over. But that relief didn't last long. They realized, with a sickening feeling, that they had eaten their friends, their neighbors. The missing women cooked into pies. 4 months later, another woman disappeared. Her clothes were found, marked with the same bloody symbol. Fear spread through the town once again. Had they killed the wrong man? The butcher was still out there, and he was much closer than anyone had realized. If you found this story as disturbing as we did, hit that like button and subscribe for more terrifying true tales from the darkest corners of history.